morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the leather bag lady. How are you all today? It is Friday. I wasn't sure what day it was today. I had to look on my phone. Oh, it's been a week and a half. It really has. Beautiful day. The sun is trying to come out. Leather bag lady weather report, whether it remains out. I looked at the next 2-week forecast and there's a lot of sun in there. I think I need to put my face in the sun. That is for sure. So anyway, let's get to today's bag. So today's bag is a bag that I really do think I have showed you before. And it's a bag that I was going to list on my .com. And then I had a good look at it, the foam pouch, which you know that's how I date my bags. And I thought, I think this is a vintage offering. So you may recognize this little beauty. It is a chocolate brown, very soft leather. The leather is like butter, butter, butter. Made in Italy by Marco Buggiani. I'm not sure how you would pronounce that. I'll let you go nuts on that one. Buggiani, I think. It is absolutely gorgeous. The metallic bronze accents are just super, super fun. All this cutout. The little tassels on the side, and this beautiful, beautiful base. Now, I have measured the base from here to here. There is no reason why that can't be extended a little bit, but I made that mistake before. My friend Pauline in Toronto, if you're still watching me these days, I learned a very useful lesson. I measured the bag from what I considered to be the base, and poor Pauline bought a bag and what she wanted to put in it based on my measurements didn't fit. So I'm very, very aware of that now. There are definitely, there's definitely hardware that you could add a shoulder crossbody strap if you wanted to. There is a little bit of wear on the underside, not so much wear, just a little bit of color loss. I could probably do something with that actually. But what I really like about this bag is some genius has added a piece of card on the base. So, I mean, you can take it out, you can use it as, and I mean, I think it's actually shaped this bag beautifully, but when you put something heavy in it without this, the bag is going to lose its shape. So I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to leave it in there. I'm very grateful that that piece of card is actually accessible, because I have a bag right now that I've got clamps on that I've had clamped for over a couple of weeks now, because the piece of cardboard or plastic that's in between the lining and the leather has curled, and I'm trying desperately to flatten it. If anything happens to this piece of card, you just take it out and put another one in. I'm just thinking while I'm standing here, could I do that with that one? That's another beautiful little green leather and suede top handle bag. I've showed it to you before. I got it not that long ago. But yeah, there's no way for me. That base is this very kind of thin plastic, so it's very difficult. I'd have to cut seams, and I don't want to do that. I just ruin the bag. So if you want to add a strap, please add a strap. If you don't, obviously don't. There is a little bit of, darkening on the lining. Yada, yada, yada. These bags are pre-loved, obviously. They're vintage. I've dated this 2000s. It's a new year, so anything 2005 and below, Etsy is now allowing us to call that vintage, and away we go. Now, we don't get that perfect. I mean, let me tell you, I've seen some listings on Etsy and I'm like, that is not a vintage bag. My process is I look at the style, I look at the foam pouch, because that is the best way to date these bags. I'm watching TV shows that are from the 2002, 2003s, and the phones are this big. So that dates it big time. You get some of these foam pouches that literally look like they could be for a pair of glasses, but not tall enough in any way, shape, or form. So that's how I date them. And then I go online and I will look to see if that bag, that brand, that designer was in existence prior to 2005. I am not about to get in trouble with Etsy. I've been in trouble with Etsy twice. Once because I used the term Tiffany blue. Tiffany owns that blue, I guess. So I had to take that down. And then I had another bag that was quilted and I called it Chanel-like. Got in trouble for that too. So I am very, very cautious about, biting the hand that feeds me kind of thing. If that, and the other one, which was a huge learning curve, was I had an Ed Hardy belt years ago, like 2000 and I'm going to say 2015, 2016, when I kind of had a little play around with Etsy. Might have even been a little later than that, maybe 17, 18. I put a few things on Etsy and I had this Ed Hardy belt and I got it dinged. I got it removed because the belts weren't even in production in a 20-year span. So I do my utmost, but I see some of these posts and I've been reading some stuff from people who have had their Etsy shops just shut down. No questions asked, no nothing. And I mean, Etsy, it's a private platform. They have the right to do that. And apparently they are almost impossible to get in touch with after that. So I am always very conscious to do as much research as I can to make sure what I am offering you falls under that vintage umbrella. So I do my best, folks. I do my best. And another thing I wanted to share with you again is the moisturizing. So where's that little bit? I am going to try my best to not have to recolor this because it was really hard to match the color prior. It is on the underside of the strap, so it's not going to scream at you too much. But if you moisturize this, it will just make that bag pop. And for the sake of a couple of minutes of just putting some moisturizer on something, I mean, let's do it. I put a little bit of this stuff on my face again today just because I'm so conscious of this fuzziness on my face now. All right, so there's the offending. See, it's all gone. It's all gone. Get yourself a little bit of moisturizer and it just, I mean, you don't have to do it every time, but I mean, let's face it, if you're going to go out somewhere and you really want your bag to make a statement, the last thing you want somebody to do is like, bit damaged. Just moisturize it. I mean, look it. It's fantastic. I mean, this is skin, just like my skin that I've just put leather better on. I should get in touch with them. I bet they don't have anybody who's using it on their own skin. But that is my go-to. And if you follow me regularly, you know I love, 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 love this stuff. There's no sponsorship here. There's no nothing. I mean, I barely got 300 subscribers, so nobody's sponsoring me to do shit. But there we go. That is my go-to. I have tried Chamberlain's I like, but it's expensive. And the Absorbing White Saddle Moisturizer. I have a saddle bag from Fossil that will definitely be a pound bag. It's got quite a bit of wear on it. The resin, I pulled it off my shelf. It's been on the shelf for a couple of years. I pulled it off and the white layer that's on it, because I use that absorbing, that absorbing crap is god awful. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get it off. I've re-cleaned it with my saddle soap. Don't come after me for my saddle soap, folks. I use saddle soap on everything. I don't cake it on. I take it, put it on, and I take it off. And it works beautifully for me. It doesn't matter what the bag, what the material, I use it. So I've never had any issues with it coming off, like the color coming off. I don't scrub hard enough, and I don't, if I've got a stain that is that pervasive, I will spot treat the stain. I don't scrub the whole bag. And if pen marks are the devil, just like edge coating. I would rather take my e-file, which is what I use for a lot of repairs. And now I use it for my nails too, but I had the e-file first. I would rather, there's a couple of bits on that e-file that I can just touch and it will actually take a layer of the leather off. I would rather have a scratch than a pen mark. That's just me. That's just how I manage it. So I would rather give you a bag with a little scratch on it, and then I will try and match the color so it's just a scratch, than have a tacky pen mark on my bags. So that is just me. So had my Shop at the Shed episode last night. I'm actually going to do another one today. I've decided that I'm going to start doing 2 a week now. So I'm just about getting ready to get my head around that. Got my stress sore on my face. Got some stuff going on right now. When I'm ready, I'll share that. It's just, it's just been kind of a, not the best time at the moment. But the weekend is here. Like I said, I didn't even know it was Friday. Just, whatever. I'm lucky enough that Friday, Monday, well, I shouldn't say that because I got my clients next week. So I do know it's Monday. But hoping that I don't have to do that forever. And that is about it for me today. No plans for the weekend, really. Was going to Sarnia to pick up my mom, but I don't need to do that because my dad is there. And I didn't think he was going till tomorrow, but I just FaceTime my mom to make sure my auntie's okay. And there's my dad in the corner sitting in a chair on his computer, of course, because that's what my dad does. And that's about it. So have a great weekend, everybody. And I will talk to you on Monday. Bye.